Hello everybody, I hope that you're good. I hope that the audio is better. A follower told me to buy a sponge and put the microphone of these earphones inside the sponge, and I think it's working better, but guys let me know. Can't believe I bought a sponge. Anyway, if you guys remember, we were talking about this week, okay? The week got filled here, the 50%. This is the 1 hour time frame, okay? We're gonna talk about this now. But the wick got filled, the 50%, then it went to the 1 hour 50 MA. At this moment, Bitcoin was quite stable because it didn't want to drop really lower, test it as resistant, and then continue dropping. So at this point, it was quite stable. Then it went again towards this zone of the 50% of the week. And what you see here, guys, is what I've talked in the previous video, okay? You have consolidation around the 50% of the week area, and that is telling you that you haven't seen a strong reaction from this, because if you wanted to see a drop from here, a full retrace, then what you would have seen is a drop like this, well, like this, then retest the 50 MA, continue dropping, okay? If you don't see that and you see price instead goes back again to the 50% of the week zone, okay, if you notice, we didn't hit it by just $50, and then we were consolidating here. That is telling you that there is an intention to continue pushing price higher towards the 100% of the week, okay? So that was a signal telling you that price was going to go higher towards the 100% of the week and fill the whole week, okay? Now, today's quite an interesting day, because I didn't expect this move in the Asian session, okay, this pump. I always wait for Asia to do its job, and then I start to analyze things in the London session. So when I saw that Asia was pumping, I thought, okay, it's going to be a good day for trading. Usually when Asia pumps, then it's a good trade for trading for me. So that was the first thing. Then when we were in this zone, I posted on Twitter. I guess most of you follow me on Twitter, but let's go to the 15 minutes time frame. I was telling you that it was quite likely that we saw a spike above 30,000, because if you notice, that was the previous week, okay? And I was talking about this idea, okay? The possibility of a sweep of the highs. And I'll tell you why I got to this idea. And it's basically because I was trying to think about the most manipulative move they could do. We've seen in the order book this week on Twitter again how they were spoofing the area of 29,900. There was a lot of orders there, also at 30,000, because there is always a lot of orders around the numbers. But there was also a lot of orders at 29,900. And through the week, we were seeing how they were slowly removing some orders. And today, suddenly, they removed all of them. And they didn't add them to 30,000. So that was simply spoofing. And they did that when we were around 29,800. So at that moment, that's telling you, okay, manipulation is gonna take the control of the charts again. And also, we were looking at the liquidation heat map. There was a lot of long liquidations. So, you mean the only way to add more liquidations to that is to make a new high. That's the idea of the sweep of the highs, okay? That's what I was thinking about this projection. Because with this projection, what you are doing is, anybody that had the idea of trading the breakout, because many traders, what they trade is when there is a new high, they go long, and when there is a new low, they go short. So imagine how many traders here went long, okay, after they saw 30,000 getting taken. All right, so that's why I thought about this idea. And then a sharp retrace, pretty much you can see if you go to the 1 hour time frame, you can see here that this was a $500 candle, $520 candle in 1 hour. Okay, so that's a very sharp retrace towards the 50 MA in the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, now how do I trade this? I was telling you guys on Twitter, look at this momentum. Okay, there is a lot of momentum. Look at these candles. Okay, there is quite a lot of momentum. The momentum really didn't cool down any time, so that's why I was telling you that it was not a good idea to place any limit orders here. And instead, what you should be doing is to look for that swift in momentum, okay? How do you do that? Okay, you mark the 30,000 level, that's the yellow line, and you can see how they sweep the highs, that's the stop hunt. And then if you notice, what the next candles are doing is testing that level as resistance. Okay, so you've got really from 10:30 UTC time until 1:30, you've got 1 hour. They've given you the opportunity to short with a high probability trade for 1 hour. You go to the 1 hour time frame. What do you see, guys? Okay, let me remove this. You see a long wick. What's going to happen to that wick? It gets 50% filled and then it drops. Another opportunity. So you've got there two confirmations to the idea that there was going to be a recovery of this zone, okay, a chance to go short, and then a high probability trade towards the 50 MA in the 50 minutes time frame. So use this video as an example because this price action is very common. You're gonna see this quite a lot. And the only way to get to this conclusion is either by learning from somebody else or by watching the charts for many hours and seeing these type of price actions happening all the time. Okay. Now, what do I think that it might happen in the New York session? To be honest, it's quite difficult to tell. This was the main trade of the day that I took. I took the full profits at the 50 EMA in the 15 minutes time frame. So right now, I don't have any position open. Okay, and the reason is because it's Friday. The weekend is around the corner. I usually don't like to have any positions open during the weekend, and I recommend you to do the same. So I don't really know if we're going to continue dropping in the New York session. Okay, if that happens, then I want the same as I was telling you in the previous video. Okay, now with in the 15 minutes time frame, I want a big drop, test it as resistance, the 50 MA, and then continue dropping. Okay, where to? Well, you're gonna go to the next area, which is going to be the 50 MA, because there was here some resistance. Also, you have this one over here. So all this one here could be support, and also you have the 1 or 50 MA. Okay, so that's the next area. If I short, if I'm given the opportunity, where I would take profits. Now, in my opinion, and this is quite a bold statement, I think it makes more sense, okay, to not do that move today. Again, I may be completely wrong because there are also a lot of long liquidations still, but in my opinion, it makes more sense either to consolidate in this zone or to recover this large red candle and then consolidate in this zone. So that's why I've taken all the profits from my short at the 50 MA, okay? Because I think that might have been the short opportunity of the day. So maybe recovering this large candle is more likely, or just consolidating it at these levels, okay? But it's true that I see more potential downside over the next days. Again, probably I'm thinking now next week, but we're gonna see because New York is usually when most of the volatility comes in. And again, if they give me this opportunity, then that's another short idea. All right. So I hope that was clear. Now we're gonna go into the liquidation levels. We're also gonna check the liquidation heat maps and see what is going on there. Let's check the liquidation levels, and we can see $20 billion worth of long liquidations. Okay, right at the top there was $23 billion. So you can see how they've liquidated $3 billion, but they still got there $20 billion, and that's quite a lot. The only thing that could justify a push higher is that we got here quite a lot of liquidations at 30,300 and also 30,500. So that's what I'm telling you. I'm not sure if I want to continue seeing a drop during the New York session. That's why I'm at the moment quite neutral right now. I've got the short that I wanted. I'm thinking that it would make more sense to continue consolidating during the rest of the day and during the weekend, and then probably these liquidations will go down to maybe $15 billion or so, and next week is when we might see a stop hunt up and then a big drop. Okay, but again, the New York session is only going to start now, so it's difficult to tell. That's just kind of like a quick thought. Also, something that really gets my attention here is the ratio of short liquidations versus long liquidations. It's huge, okay? Total short liquidations 118, total long liquidations 803. That's a huge ratio, a huge difference, okay? So I telling you that long positions are at risk. That's what I also said this morning in that tweet before that move during the London session. So be careful with longs. That's why I'm not thinking at all about opening longs here, even if you are at the 15 minutes time frame 50 MA. Now, what's going on with the liquidation heat maps? Let's have a look. 12 hours time frame. Okay, I see that there is a yellow bar at 28,850. It's quite low. Let me check if that was the 50 MA in the 1 hour time frame. Yes, it is. It's at 28,840. So, okay, that's quite an interesting level. That might tell you that, yeah, there is a possibility of continue dropping today. So pay attention to the 15 minutes time frame, because maybe it gives us a new short opportunity there towards that level. Okay, that's quite interesting. 7 days time frame. Nothing really going on. You can see how yesterday they hit the level we were talking about, 29,400, and right now it's quite neutral at the moment. Okay, I see a lot of liquidations growing here, but I don't still see any specific level. Just kind of like a big zone here. So nothing that catches my eyes. And the 1 month time frame is showing liquidations to the downside, but they are quite far away. So for day trading, we can't really use them right now. Okay, we can only use the liquidations in big time frame, well, in high time frame, when we are close to them. Okay, so for example, at this level, in this zone, then you could tell it was quite likely that we drop towards this zone. But right at the moment, having the liquidations in the 1 month time frame so far away, it doesn't make much sense to use them as for day trading. And that's why I'm not going to go into the 3 months and 6 months. That's perhaps for another video of high time frame perspective. But that's pretty much everything that I'm seeing today. The most important thing is that I think I've updated you on Twitter pretty well today. And with this video, I just really wanted to talk through more specifically what I saw in the price action to get to that projection, so that you could use that as education, and also little idea for the New York session, potential consolidation, okay, or even a recovery of that large red candle around 29,900. Okay, that's what I'm right now out of my shorts. That short is finished for me. But if we see a drop below the 50 minute, the 15 minutes time frame, then a retrace to test it at resistance, then I'll open a new short. Okay, but for now, I see that less likely. So that's pretty much everything, guys. And before I finish the video, I wanted to mention that we've added new courses to the website in case you want to continue learning the whole trading system. Here we talk in detail about the week fill strategy, the liquidity pools, the behavior of candlesticks, the timing about the trading sessions, or the psychological pattern of the week. So there is quite a lot to learn, and we have here some courses. So far, the next course, that is the 30th of October, the 2 groups are fully booked, but we still have some spots available for November. Okay, so that's pretty much everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.